So we're finally getting to show a new mission that we call the Cemetery mission. It takes place in a cemetery, so it's pretty obviously named. So we're showing a little more of the sneaking kind of stealth mechanics using disguise and breaking necks and things like that. On the show floor, we're actually doing hands-on and actually letting the consumers play the game, which is really exciting. And then, actually, the other thing we get to show here is we have this concept when you inspire an area and the color comes back from the black and white, there's what we call fight back zones. And they're kind of, instead of pulling, like when you have the alarms up, instead of pulling into a secret spot and fades out, fades back in, and the alarms are off, the idea is to actually use the mechanics of the game and the combat. So you pull into these areas of color, and you park your car in this instance, and the resistance start fighting alongside you, and actually you fight with the resistance against the Nazis and lose the alarms. We tried to separate ourselves from the war, like World War II genre, and so our game is actually not like a soldier story. It's actually about vengeance. A friend of Sean, our hero, dies early in the game, and basically sets Sean off on a vengeance quest fighting back against the Nazis. Sean's all about vengeance. That's all he really cares about, and he's actually kind of being baited in. They have the British SOE is recruiting him in a way, and he doesn't want to work for him. He actually kind of hates them, but he has an old friend that is like part of the SOE, and they kind of dangle the carrot in front of him that like, you help us. They want him to go get this Nazi artifact, or this artifact that was found in the cemetery that the Nazis have unearthed. And they want him to bring that to him or them. And if he does, they'll give him Dierker, who's the guy that killed your friend, and basically set Sean off on vengeance. So it's a little bit of a dangling carrot, you scratch our backs, we'll scratch yours kind of moment. All of the locations we have in the game are actually real locations. Well, no, actually, that's not true. Our Belle de Nuit, our brothel, is a fictional location, but most of them are real locations. And actually, it was one of those places like when I went over to Paris and actually got to do research, I spent like 3 or 4 hours in the cemetery because there was like a fantasy of wanting to have shootouts in the cemetery, and it looked like a really fun combat location. And plus tying it to the kind of there's almost kind of a little bit of Indiana Jones homage nod in this mission, and it all just kind of feel like it fit together. So the game's going to be coming out. We're on the shelves for December 8th, and it's going to be on the PS3, 360, and PC as well.